You know that storm you're in right now, the deafening silence, the crushing setbacks, the heartache that feels like it might tear you in half. It isn't evidence that you're failing, but irrefutable proof that you stand on the precipice of something extraordinary. And let me tell you exactly why this truth matters more than anything else you'll hear today. You've been fighting a battle that remains invisible to everyone around you. Smiling when your heart was shattering into fragments so small you wondered if they could ever be reassembled. Showing up when you barely possessed enough energy to breathe, let alone function. And still, somewhere deep inside you, past the exhaustion and past the doubt, you've kept moving forward. This isn't just resilience. This is evidence of something magnificent within you that refuses to surrender. Let me say this to you now with absolute certainty. You will win. Not just because you want to, not just because you're trying, but because this path you're walking was never an accident. It's destiny unfolding exactly as it should. Every twist, every obstacle, every moment that felt like punishment was actually preparation for the victory that's already been written into your story. I know it's nearly impossible to believe when everything seems to be disintegrating before your eyes. When the people around you can't understand the depth of what you're experiencing. When you feel like you're doing everything right, making every effort, yet life still feels like carrying boulders up an endless mountain. But the truth that will set you free is this: you're not behind schedule. You're not damaged goods. And you're not wandering lost in some cosmic mistake. You're being aligned with your authentic self, with your higher purpose, with the life that was designed specifically for you before you took your first breath. You weren't born to just survive this world like so many do, going through the motions without meaning. You were born to transform it through your unique light, through the wisdom earned from your pain, through the way you love, care, and keep going even when logic suggests stopping. Even when you don't know how you'll take the next step. Every tear you've cried in solitude, every silent night you've endured while the world slept peacefully, every time you whispered into the darkness, "I can't do this anymore," it was heard by forces beyond your understanding. It mattered more than you can comprehend. You mattered then, you matter now, and you will always matter in ways that ripple through existence itself. And despite how isolated you feel, you're not alone in this struggle. I have felt exactly what you're feeling right now, and sometimes I still do. But here's a secret I want to share that changed everything for me. The universe operates on principles that transcend human understanding. It doesn't make mistakes, though it often appears that way from our limited perspective. It delays to prepare you for blessings you're not yet ready to handle. It withholds to protect you from opportunities that would ultimately harm you. It creates detours to redirect you toward paths that lead to your highest good. And right now, in this moment that feels like punishment, you are not being abandoned or forgotten. You're being prepared for something so magnificent that your current consciousness couldn't even process its full scope. You're not lost wandering in some existential wilderness. You're being strategically positioned for breakthrough that will justify every moment of suffering you've endured. The chess pieces of your life are being moved by a master player who sees the entire board, while you can only see the squares immediately around you. No matter how dense the fog appears in your current landscape, no matter how impossible it seems to navigate, what's meant for you has already been written in languages older than human speech. It's clear, beautiful, and purposeful beyond your wildest dreams. It's not a maybe, not a possibility, not dependent on luck or chance. It's a promise sealed before you were born, and nothing in this universe can prevent its fulfillment if you keep showing up. If you keep trusting the process even when it makes no logical sense. If you keep holding on when every rational thought screams to let go, you will see why it had to happen exactly this way. You'll understand why every door had to close, why every relationship had to end, why every plan had to fall apart. They were clearing space for something infinitely better. I know that may seem impossible to do, to keep holding on without seeing any light at the tunnel's end. To keep showing up when you feel emotionally and physically drained beyond belief. to keep smiling when inside you feel like an empty vessel. But someday soon, sooner than you think, everything you cried for, prayed for, and fought through will become the exact foundation upon which you rise to heights you never imagined possible. Your tears will become testimony. Your struggles will become strength. Your pain will become power that serves not just your own healing, but the healing of everyone whose life you touch. The very experiences that threaten to destroy you will become the credentials that qualify you for purposes beyond your current comprehension. I don't need you to give me elaborate 5-year plans or detailed strategies. I don't need you to figure out the next 6 months or even the next 30 days. The future will unfold as it should without your micromanagement. Can you just give me today? Can you commit to this single day, these 24 hours, this present moment? I believe with absolute conviction that you can do that. So breathe deeply, drawing oxygen all the way down into your soul. Let go of the fear that whispers lies about your future. Let go of the desperate need to control outcomes that were never yours to control anyway. Let go of the worry that steals energy from the present moment. It's meant to be exactly as it is. And you, if you keep going, if you keep showing up, if you keep fighting with whatever strength remains, you will win in ways that exceed your boldest expectations. The storm you're weathering isn't random chaos. It's the necessary pressure that creates diamonds from carbon, that turns coal into fuel, that transforms caterpillars into butterflies. Every element of your current struggle serves the greater purpose of your becoming. The intensity you feel isn't punishment, but preparation. The darkness isn't permanent, but purposeful. The breaking isn't destruction, but reconstruction. You are not the same person who entered this storm. You're emerging stronger, wiser, more compassionate, and infinitely more equipped to handle the blessings heading your way. The person you're becoming through this process is exactly who you need to be to receive what's coming. Your future self is already celebrating your victory, already grateful for your persistence, already proud of your refusal to surrender when surrender seemed like the only logical option. Trust the timing of your life. Trust the process of your becoming. Trust that every setback is actually a setup for the comeback of a lifetime. The storm is ending. The victory is assured. You will win not just because you deserve to, but because your winning was written into the fabric of reality long before your first breath. Keep going. Keep believing. Keep showing up. Your triumph is inevitable.